Hi everybody, we're at John Sadler's Auto Repair. Today we have a 2003 Ford F-150 4.2 liter automatic transmission. Customer's concerns, he wants his brakes checked and he wants to check for a little bit of oil leak that's been going on, getting progressively worse. He's owned the vehicle since it was brand new. We test drove it, it stops fine. I'll show you what we found out. We'll go over here to the right front wheel first. And we'll take a look at the back of the caliper, and here's the inboard brake pad right here. So you can see the backing to the brake pad, then you can see the brake pad material, then you can see the brake rotor. So where we are, if we have a little sample scale here, the one in the red, it's all the way worn out. The one in the yellow, he has just a little bit more than that, and the green is going to be 7 millimeters or more, and some brake pads are even a little bit more than that. So he's just passed this one, so he's probably got another 8 or 10,000 miles, probably 10,000 miles before that. We have to do a brake job for it. And we'll probably change the rotors just because they look older. And on this particular one, you take these caps off, and it has an inner and an outer wheel bearing in here that we lubricate, put new grease on. Now as far as the oil leak, we looked up here and we saw where everything looks pretty good. There's nothing coming from like the valve covers and where the spark plugs connect. It looks good on that side. And we'll go to the other side. And we can see the back of the motor there. In the rear, there's just a little bit of dampness of oil, but nothing to write home about whatsoever. So a lot of these motors with valve cover gaskets will leak and there'll be a lot of oil everywhere. This is really nice and dry. Dry up there too. So now we'll take it up and look underneath. So we know from the top and the sides it's clean. The hood just shut by itself. Here's where the oil filter screws on. So there's a little bit of buildup right there, which is perfectly normal. The front of the oil pan nice and dry, just a slight amount of dampness, nothing to write home about. The oil pan has a little bit of oil, as you can see, and because it's dry here, then it's damp part way down it. So it's just a real small leak. Right here, there's a little black cover. There's an inspection cover for the flywheel and ring gear right there. And also you can use it to check for oil leaks, because if it's wet here, that means the rear main oil seal is leaking some. And when we look at the top of this plug, we can see it's wet with oil, so the oil is coming through that hole. So that means the rear engine oil seal is just a little bit damp. So otherwise, if it was dry there, it'd be the rear of the oil pan, but see, that's pretty dry up there. So it just has a slight leak on the rear oil seal. So for the age of it, that's not a big deal at all. But what we want to do is we want to clean all this oil off. And if we just keep it clean every oil change, he can probably drive it like this for years without ever having this be a problem, or until it has a transmission issue at some point later down the road, and then we can just change it when we take the transmission out. So, it's a little tip from John Sadler's. Take a thorough look at things. Pull that little inspection plug off. Not all vehicles have those, but a lot of them do, and you can look in there and see. So it just has a small little concern. He's got some more time for the brake pads. We're going to recommend that fuel injection service, like I said, because it was lacking some power. But now we have a video that he can look at, and then we'll go from there. Thank you very much. Have a great day.